The misinformation, fake news media are out in full force trying to support President Joe Biden on trashing Giorgia Meloni's prime minister victory in Italy. Unbelievable. Hello and welcome. Do me a favor, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, click that notification bell, and give us a like. Okay, let's get into this. The Democrats feel threatened. Populist nationalism is taking hold in countries around the world, and it's growing. With the latest being in Italy, as seen in Giorgia Meloni's recent prime minister victory. Now, I did a video the other day on how the misinformation fake news media tried to liken Meloni's politics to that of right-wing fascist Benito Mussolini. If you wait until the end of this video, I'll supply the link, and you'll find out why Benito Mussolini was not a far-right fascist. Instead, he was a Marxist. Look for that. If you think that saying that you love God, country, and family is far right-wing, then I would love to know what the color is in the sky in your little world that you've created. The reason the media is trashing Giorgia Meloni is because she's not a globalist. She's not a Marxist, and she doesn't bow to the bullies of Brussels. It's one thing to see the fake news media pushing that kind of narrative because they're just lost. But when you have the President of the United States trashing a newly elected leader of a foreign country, you have to ask yourself, where has diplomacy gone? Where are the adults in Brandon's room? What happened to the days when an American president would call a foreign leader and congratulate them on their electoral victory? I mean, isn't that what democracies do, regardless of their ideology? Wouldn't it be nice if Biden called Giorgia Meloni, congratulated her on her win, and wished her luck? Yeah, that would have been nice, but that's not what he did. Initially, he used the leftist narrative that national populism means far-right ideology leading to fascism. And he used her victory to do a campaign commercial for saying that this right-wing fascism is growing around the world and that it's so important that you elect Democrat governors in the United States. Okay, so if you want more lockdowns, if you want supply chain issues that just don't seem to go away, if you want gas prices over $4 a gallon, and let's face it, folks, the gas prices are going to go beyond $4 a gallon again. They think you're stupid and that you don't realize that they artificially lowered the price because we have an election coming up in a month, okay? If you want inflation to go beyond 8.3% so that your money is worth less and less in purchase power, I mean, it went to 9.1%. If you want it beyond 9%, then by all means, vote for the Democrats. I mean, let's get into some of the things that our Brandon did, like what he said about Giorgia Meloni's victory. It's hard to believe it came from an American president. Here's part of a transcript where Brandon said, "You just saw what's happened in Italy in that election. You're seeing what's happening around the world. And the reason I bother to say that is we can't be sanguine about what's happening here either. I don't want to exaggerate it. He exaggerates everything, but I don't want to understate it. And it's the reason why I'm so concerned about and so interested in and so committed to seeing that the governors, Democratic governors, are elected." Basically, literally, the outcome of an election is going to be determined by how well the governors run their states. That's true, Joe. And that means the Democrats are in a lot of trouble. I mean, Joe, do you really think that the American people are happy with how blue states were run? Blue cities? Seriously? I mean, think about it. They locked us down over a virus that had a 99% survival rate. You know, they made students learn virtually, which the study showed that it harmed them emotionally, socially, and psychologically. And then they forced them to wear masks for 8 hours a day, even though kids were the least likely to catch it. Okay? Think about how they bankrupted businesses, small businesses, many of them to never come back. You know, that with the inflation and the gas prices is unbelievable. So he says who's in charge at the time, whether or not things are going to be how we count the votes. That's an important one. Whether or not it's transparent and a whole range of things. Yeah, that whole range of things, Joe, is that your party has become an authoritarian, tyrannical party. I mean, think about it. Joe Biden is now using the FBI as his own personal police force against his opponents politically. Think about it. They're going in and arresting Trump supporters. First, they threatened and warned the lawyers. You support him? Guess what? This is what's going to happen to you. Then we have people in the D.C. Gitmo on misdemeanors that have been there for over a year. Many of them are not allowed, most times, to contact their lawyers. I mean, think about all that the Democrats have done over the last several years. You're fighting to figure out how you're going to feed your family, how you're going to heat your home in the winter. So, yeah, Joe, the choice is between people who say that they love God, country, and family, or people that say that they love almighty government and the woke supremacy that rules it. That's going to be big in November, Joe. So hold on to your hat, because that wave is coming. Okay, that's it. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.